Welcome to our channel. I'm Jacob.
I'm Lindsay.
And we're the Curleys, and this is our channel, Kicking It with the Curleys, I guess.
Our channel name's technically Early Curleys, but Kick It with the Curleys is a little bit catchier. Okay. I thought Kicking It with the Curleys was a bit long.
Anyways, so this channel is, or well, I guess this video is our first video ever putting out content, basically what we're going to have is kind of a mixture of just a bunch of things that we do or enjoy doing, or some experiences that we're going to share with you guys. Go from DIY projects, hunting and fishing, travel adventures. We are on the road quite often.
Yes.
What we're actually going to be talking about now in this video is infertility and our infertility journey. This is kind of a topic that's fresh on our minds. It's something that we've been going through for 5 years now, a little over. And, it's something that we've learned a lot about and we're really passionate about because we've learned a lot about it. And we feel like our experience can help other people or people that you know. There's a lot of people that deal with this. And so Lindsay's going to give you a rundown of kind of everything that we've dealt with infertility-wise, and we'll just kind of break a lot of that down into chapters in future videos. We'll give you kind of a summary of how all that went, or I guess the process.
Yeah. So trying to keep it brief, so I am literally going to do just like a bullet point of like the order of people that we've seen. So in 2017, we decided to start to try to grow our family. At that point, we've been married 4 years, and wanted to have some fun being married without kids. We decided to go to Disney.
Yep. And
went on a cruise, and it was my first time to Disney, and Jacob had actually already been. So I wanted to experience it without children first. Not that it wouldn't be fun with children. I'm sure it'll still be fun with children, but dragging around children is probably a different experience. We thought it was going to be a quick, we're like, I don't know, expecting within a matter of months that, we would be announcing to people that we were pregnant. And
we know, through other people's experiences and all that it's not like a right off the bat thing like you think when you're growing up in high school or whatever. Like you hear that in sex ed class, whatever, that it only takes one time, and it does.
Yes, for some people.
for some people, we just kind of figured that it would probably end up taking at least 3-4 months, just because that's been most everybody's experience that we know. 4 to 6 months even. In some cases a year.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, by the time a year rolls around, people who are trying to start a family. Mm-hmm. And we thought we would kind of fall into that category. But little did we know.
Yeah, little did we know.
That was not the case.
So at, I guess, the 1.5 year mark, I told my OBGYN, hey, something's going on. She didn't seem very concerned, wasn't really concerned in doing a whole lot of testing. So at that point, she was referring us to a reproductive endocrinologist, and we were like, it seems very drastic. I mean, surely there's other testing that we can do. So at that point, we went to an integrative doctor, and that's kind of like a combination between like holistic and modern day medicine. So, we did a lot of testing through them, and at that point, he referred me to an endocrinologist. Because of my elevated prolactin levels. So then the endocrinologist did their testing, and at that point, I guess after the endocrinologist was my next OBGYN,
mm-hmm.
and then she's very awesome. She's still my OBGYN. She did a bunch of testing, and Jacob also did a semen analysis at that point, and we still were kind of, I'd been, 3 years at that point?
And I guess that was about, it was about the 3 year mark,
yeah,
I guess.
It's about 3 years.
Yeah.
That we've been trying at that point. It was a
Right.
little over. So at that point we decided, okay, well, we're kind of don't know what else to do at this point. So then we decided to see the specialist, the reproductive endocrinologist. And at that point they did more testing. Jacob went to a urologist.
And I had seen a urologist before then, and I think at that point there was already 2 semen analysis that I had done, and nothing really, showed up that was concerning. And then so I went to this guy, and then that was about the same time. It was our REI that referred me to him. So once we kind of cleared me, Lindsay did a few surgery or a surgery through them, and we wound up just not having answers. We'll kind of go into more depth what all we actually did, but long story short, we didn't have any explanation as to why we were being still infertile.
Right.
And everything else seemed normal. We seemed like 2 healthy people, except for little hormone level tweak here and there. So having the non-answer of unexplained infertility, we were bummed out, and we kind of waited longer than we probably should have, but we decided eventually to go get a second opinion from another REI.
And that's kind of where we are now, last week I actually just had my second surgery, and we'll get into that, which I guess we're going to touch on the next video, so I guess we can kind of talk about that. I had a second laparoscopy done, and we'll kind of talk about like how that procedure went. I don't have my follow-up for about a month, so at that point we'll go over imaging and the pathology and things like that, but we have a new, I guess, renewed sense of hope going to this new facility. From the beginning, they've been just outstanding.
Right. Yeah, the sense that we had before was, okay, we need to gear up and get ready to do IVF, and that was probably what we're, and it's still not out the window. We may still end up doing IVF, but we have a very good renewed sense of hope that we can get pregnant naturally, based on some of the things that our doctors told us. So we're really hopeful right now, prayerful that we can start a family without, extreme medical intervention.
Yeah, so I totally didn't look at my cheat sheet, and we skipped over a few other things. So after the urologist, while we were going to the reproductive endocrinologist, I had started going to an acupuncturist and doing Chinese herbs. And then I also went to a gastroenterologist. So I wrote a cheat sheet, and I'm not even looking at it, so totally just went over those. But we'll go through them in depth. I just wanted to touch those additional things. But
yeah, ultimately what we'll do after this video on that bullet list is we're going to kind of make chapters for one video per chapter. We'll kind of take you through our thought process as to why we chose to go see the specialist that we chose to go see, and why we did things the way we did them. Some people may think, well, we kind of moved slowly, but it was intentional, because we really did believe that we could get pregnant naturally,
right.
or mostly naturally.
We are trying to find the root cause of why we weren't getting pregnant, and finding that answer is like, I don't know, just grasping for straws, like just, I don't know.
Difficult.
I never expected that it would take this long, or, I don't know, just.
Yeah.
There's a lot of environmental factors, there's a lot of genetic factors that there are a lot of things out of people's control. Like like Jacob said, like we wanted to naturally have a child so bad, but just, with some of my genetic, I guess, factors, we cleaned up our diet and, tried to clean up our house, and you can do so many things, but at the end of the day, you're given the cards you're dealt, and you have to figure out how to play with them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
that was a goal for us, and it looks like we have a fighting chance of meeting that goal, and we'll kind of just explain to you guys what all we did and what all we went through and how we went about it. Hopefully it is at least a data point for you if you're going through anything similar, or most likely you know somebody who is going through something like this.
Or maybe it'll make you question things. Like that's the thing for us, is like being your own advocate, asking questions. And that's what led us to the second reproductive endocrinologist, was something's not right. And so being our own advocate and asking those questions has, we're hopeful and prayerful that is going to lead us to, having a child naturally. It may not. I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but.
Yeah, and another thing, we'll kind of talk about some of the research we did and all, but kind of to Lindsay's point about being your own advocate, you know your body. Nobody should have pain that is just debilitating. That's not natural, not normal. And some of the things that we've been told by doctors, by health professionals who have been in the field,
30
40 years, were telling us some things that just didn't sit well with us. And while we don't have that PhD, that kind of piece of paper to our name or whatever, it doesn't mean that we didn't know what we were talking about.
Right.
Especially with some of the research we did, which we'll get into again more later on. But you are your best advocate. You know your body, and never. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Be cautious when you deal with a doctor that does not want you to do research and does not want you to look into things on your own, or just completely dismisses things that you question. If they're not sincere, go find another doctor.
Right.
That's probably the biggest takeaway. If you don't ever watch any of our other videos, that's probably the biggest takeaway from this. Someone who's a professional, and truly has your best interest at heart, is going to sit there and listen to you and explain to you, why they think the way they think, and why they, diagnose the way they diagnose, and so on and so forth. They should have a vested interest in you learning your own biological processes.
Right.
So.
And we've learned so much about our bodies. I mean, especially me. I've learned so much.
The thing is, nobody is the same. It's there's a same general way that everybody's bodies function, but everybody's genetics are different, and your bodies are different. And you may be a Toyota, you may be a Chevy, you could be a Ford. God help you if you're a Ford. But
oh Lord, we don't get into that.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. So again, welcome to our channel. We hope you enjoy our content, and we'll see you next time at chapter 1. You guys.
We look forward. Like, if you're on a fertility journey, like we're hoping that this is an open dialogue to kind of, create a community to discuss it and have a place that you can kind of go to and ask questions, and, just because a lot of people don't like to talk to family. I mean, we're fortunate that we have, here I'm about to get emotional. We have, really good families and good support system and good friends.
Yeah, we have very good friends, a very good support system.
I thought I would make it through this without crying. Anyways, I mean, infertility is such an emotional roller coaster, and so I will probably cry in some of these videos, so I apologize in advance. But it's just, it's been a roller coaster, so.
But we have a lot of hope.
Anyways, I'm gonna dry my eyes. Fan my eyes. I know some people say this doesn't work, but I swear it does. It's drying my tears. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll look forward to sharing about my surgery, how that went, and Yes, the follow up from that, and then we'll just start hitting the bullet points at that point. So
Yeah, kind of take you through everything that we've done, and hopefully the last chapter of this series, this infertility series, ends with a baby. So.
or maybe it'll be like a intermission. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Intermission.
Yeah.
We'll break it up. I don't know. We'll definitely share shortly after we find out.
Yes.
Oh, I say shortly. I don't know. We'll see. But y'all definitely find out, and we'll share how we got to that point. So, nice.
Enjoy, like and subscribe, and we'll keep our eyes on the comments. Bye.
Bye.